I'm young, gifted, and black.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we do more than just talk.
Hey there, I'm Jared Hill, president of the National Association of Black Journalists of Los Angeles, and I just want to say thank you for the benevolent $10,000 donation and scholarships for the next generation of black journalists.
And I'm Haywood Galbraith, photojournalist and founder of the Minority Photojournalism Institute. Thanks, KBLA, for your generous $10,000 scholarship gift to help us train the next generation of black photojournalists.
Congratulations to all the students who will benefit from the scholarship dollars raised at our Black History Month luncheon honoring black legends in LA media. When we come forward at KBLA Talk 1580, we're bringing everybody with us. 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 Oh, no, you didn't. We're going to be sexy tonight. We got single ladies in the building tonight. You know we got to be sexy tonight. Sadia came in here with a never settle sweatshirt on. Probably the topic of conversation tonight. Come on. You ever seen Maxwell live?
Yes.
Yes. Amazing, right? Of R&B music. I do know that.
In the moment when you were revealed, 'cause you were a dream that just should not have been a fantasy real. You gave me this beating, baby, this rhythm inside. You made me feel good and feel nice and feel love. Gave me paradise. So shouldn't I realize you're the highest of the high? If you don't know, then I'll say it. So don't ever wonder.
You were checking out the Danny Morrison Show, the Thursday night edition on KBLA Talk 1580. Yeah, man. All right, let's get this thing started. I am eagerly anticipating this show tonight. You've heard me do my Pulse 101 interviews on my show with people that I feel have their fingers on the pulse of black America. And tonight, you get another boost of black brilliance and excellence with interviews with people that I feel that you need to know. She is a single life expert. She checked me today on Instagram. Sorry. Using her experiences to teach other singles to live their lives confidently from around the age of 13 to 30 plus. She was going about her dating life all wrong. Her education, work life, and finances were pretty much on point. But her personal setback was wasting time entertaining the wrong people because she was made to feel as if being alone was a tragedy. She's also a full-time employee in healthcare finance, entrepreneur, and homeowner, while volunteering her time as a member of multiple organizations participating in community projects for over a decade. The information she shares the reason she shares that background information is not to prepare you for a mate, but to ensure that you are thriving and whole in the meantime. And only you can define your meantime. Is that marriage or not? She doesn't know, but she will teach you how to celebrate your single life now. And tonight, she descends into the Danny Mo Show to discuss her successful single life, her journey, a few relationship topics I brought in, and answer whether singles lose the desire to date as they age. Ladies and gentlemen, inside my Post 101, the urban spinster, Sadia Sanders.
Yay.
I said it right.
Thank you.
I got you. How are you, first of all?
I'm great. How are you?
You good? How long we been waiting to do this?
I don't know.
We've been talking about this for a minute. And I finally got you in studio. It is about time. You be burning me up on the YouTube feed.
Exactly.
And killing me in my DMs, too. You be killing me. I'm like, get your butt in here if you're going to kill me. So tell me about what you do, because I was on your website and I gave you credit. You told me it was a Wix site, which I still can't believe.
It is. It was done very well. I paid good money.
Give me your origin story. Give me your origin story. How did you get from failing miserably at dating, it sounds like, to finally saying, I'm going to stay single and be happy doing it?
I don't think it was a conscious decision to stay single. That's just kind of where I am right now,
Mm-hmm.
but the desperation, the thirst, the constant trying to figure out how I'm going to meet somebody, only going to places with the intention of meeting somebody
Yeah.
versus me going just to enjoy myself.
Yeah.
That has changed. And I just had to look at, okay, what's the track record here?
Mm.
Every time I've either approached the guy, which, they say, well, men should be pursued too.
Yeah. We love that, by the way.
But,
Yeah, tell him, Andy.
Andy,
We love when a woman comes up and goes, hey, I was just watching you from across
yeah,
the room.
because you like the attention.
It ain't an attention thing. We love assertive women. What's wrong with that?
But at the end of the day, if you didn't choose her, how long is this going to last? Hello.
Andy, go ahead.
First off, I like when you decide to add a little bit of cream to my coffee.
Real talk, real talk.
But I agree, man. Like,
You love when a woman comes up
absolutely.
and says, hey, I think you're cute. Or I'm over here because my friend wanted me to come over here and say that you were cute. We love that stuff. But y'all don't like to do it because you're still like, we love chivalry. And we love when men come up and tell, please, if you like me, check yes or check no. Y'all still want that?
Still doing that.
I don't know.
Two things.
Two things real quick.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Us men, this is what we got to go through
All the time.
all the time.
Yeah.
Number two, women don't want to admit it.
Go on, say it.
Y'all ego is huge.
Gone in. That's
Like
what
a
I'm saying.
mug, too. Y'all don't like rejection, too, just like we don't like rejection.
Is that true?
I don't approach men in that way. So if I see something about you that I like, I always give compliments. If I like your outfit, if I like your haircut, I'm a nail girl. If I like the manicure, I'm going to say, your nails look really nice. And it may not be me trying to pursue you or flirt. I'm just complimenting what I see. I have no problem with that.
Men are different because usually if we're complimenting a woman
It's
that
for a
way,
reason.
we trying to get with you.
Yeah, see, that's not always that way.
So you'll
with
just
us.
compliment a
I'm
guy
just
because...
because, oh, okay, I see you.
Okay.
But at the same time, I feel as if, my experience has been when I have actually pursued and, I think you're nice looking. Do you have a girlfriend? Are you married? Blah, blah, blah. Yes, he'll like the attention and he will go along with going on a date or two. However, he was not the one truly interested in me from the beginning. He will entertain me,
That's not true.
but he may not have really been that interested.
Maybe he didn't see you.
No, I mean after we've gone out now.
Okay, you're saying after.
This is after the fact.
So because you initiated contact, you believe that maybe he isn't into you as much as you're into him because you're the one that is initiated.
Exactly. Because it doesn't really go anywhere after that.
I think that it can grow on that first date, can it? Can he start to love you more,
He
like
could,
you?
but
Not love.
that has not been my experience.
Oh, so this is your okay.
This is my personal experience.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I find it interesting you used the word desperate. You think you were desperate
Yeah.
at that?
At one point,
Expound on that. Why do you say desperate?
when all of your moves are, okay, are there going to be men there? Or I'm going to this place just looking for guys.
That's not desperation. That's a
Isn't
woman
it?
in the dating scene. That's why I'm tripping.
Nah, that's thirst.
You don't think? You think? Oh.
That's thirst. Especially when you disregard your instinct. When you see a red flag and you like,
Okay, that's different. I mean, if a man has got a bunch of red flags and you go, no, but he handsome, no, I ain't going nowhere. That's different. That might be desperation.
or he looks good on paper, but when you start to actually talk, you might have gone out a couple of times. You see, okay, nah, he's really not looking for what I'm looking for. But
bet.
because he has a good job, he's
Yeah.
got his own place, and he has a car, you kind of push that to the back.
If you only knew how many times I've gone on dates with women. And we sit across the table at a dinner. And we start that conversation. And she about as smart as a bag of rocks. I'm like, man,
Then what?
what are we doing here? What
And
are...
where are the white women at?
That's when we got to go to the white women. I'm just saying.
So the white women can't be dumb too?
It's that... I'm kidding. It's happened more times than I'm willing to admit. And we men, we
You're
go
visual.
after women with our eyes. We're visual creatures, But in my experience, we're talking about experiences here. Usually I gotta be careful. Usually the hottest of the women usually don't have the highest of IQs. The more plastic women, if you will,
Okay.
usually don't have the highest IQs. Is that fair?
Well, because I don't talk to that many women.
I'm just saying. No,
but if
women,
they're that concerned with how they look to the point where, okay, I've got to get this butt done.
There you go.
I've got to get these boobs and,
Yeah.
I got to get the weight. Usually they're very shallow.
Yes.
Because that's all they're leading with. That's all really they think they have to offer.
I made the joke on this show that it seems like a lot of black women that are 25 and under, not that I date in that age group. Shut up, Andy. Not that I date in that age group. I'm just saying. All of them look like Black China these days. I call it the Black China effect. And if you're trying to look like an Instagram model every single day of the week, it just seems to me like I think you're more concerned with your looks than your brains at that point.
For sure.
But that might be chauvinistic to say. I'm saying my personal experience has led me to believe that.
But we know you're visual.
You're saying men in general.
Yeah, men in general are very visual creatures. Not to say that we don't like handsome men. However, you will see a woman give a guy who's not that handsome a chance if he's very nice, he's pursuing her.
Yeah.
We will be like, you know what? He's cool. I think I can do that. But you got no.
Yeah, and he's rich.
Not even that.
Stop it right now. We talking about women in general.
No.
You would date an ugly man if he got $1 million.
I didn't say ugly. I said he may not be, model attractive.
What if he's really nice, but he's not the most attractive? He's like a 5, but he's really nice. And
It depends.
And he cooks, and he'll massage your feet.
How are we even getting to that point?
I'm just saying, he's a nice guy.
If he's a nice guy and I don't find him attractive at all, I'm probably not going to go any further. But it usually what happens with women is it's the guy that you're seeing all the time, whether it's at work or it's at church or it's somewhere where you're constantly seeing them so they can work on you a little bit more each time. Yeah. That's when that kind of, okay, let me give him a chance happens. But if it's like a one-time meet, grocery store, gas, nah, I'm good.
Love this conversation. Let me read a couple comments before we come forward here. Pretty Brown Mimi said, Sadia, also known as Urban Spinster. Hey, girl, hey.
Hey, Mimi.
Damien said, let the turn up begin. Great feedback and nuggets, Sadia. Tonight's going to be a night of mic drops. Yes, definitely. Mimi said, Damien, I thought that you were married. Surprised to see you here for this talk. Why is she always going after everybody?
Hey.
Have you noticed that? Mimi be in there swinging all the time. And Sherelle said, they all look alike, Danny. Look, I got a lot of heat for saying it the first time. Every black woman under the age of 25 look like Black China today. The baby hairs, am I tripping?
I was just thinking about the baby.
Am I tripping? Huh? I be telling my sisters in my family the same thing. I'm like, all y'all look like Black China. Every single one of y'all. All y'all young girls in there.
The wigs always make their way back around.
Yeah.
It's a wig generation right
it seems like lace fronts are taking over. Does everybody have one?
No.
No? You ever got one?
No, I'm not paying. What?
Yeah, them things be $500, huh?
And my skin is sensitive.
1-800-920-1580. 1-800-920-1580. We're here with Sadia, the urban spinster. Inside my Pulse 101. Got a few clips. We'll talk about some other things. It'll be fun. Danny Morrison Show, KBLA Talk 1580. Thursday night. We got a lot to talk about. Stay there.
From Bakersfield to Los Angeles. From middays to nighttime. Like George and Wheezy, Danny Morrison is moving on up at KBLA Talk 1580.
Moments like hearing my cat purr good morning mean a lot to me. But after being diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that is spread to other parts of the body, they mean even more. I take Ibrance, palbociclib.
Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for adults with HR-positive, HER2-negative NBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing about it.
Roll Charmin ultra strong when you drop in the beat. It cleans with way less effort on your seat. Yeah, roll it, drop it. Yeah, roll it, drop it. charming flows extra strong from the road. Your butt hella clean while you're sitting on the bowl, yeah. It's all you need for that bathroom groove. Get you in and out without nothing to prove.
Charmin Ultra Strong cleans better so you can use less. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
KBLA Talk 1580 stands for Unity and Healing. African Focus Incorporated is a nonprofit organization based in California that focuses on the growth and well-being of Africans all around the world. Their mission is to promote the well-being of people of African descent through knowledge and appreciation of one another by building a bridge of love and understanding. African Focus Incorporated strives for cultural, educational, and economic growth. They're the organization behind the African Family Induction Ceremony, African Goodwill Awards, African Focus Trailblazer Tours, African Dance Competition, and Showcase Los Angeles, Family Day, Good News Windows Microfinance Project, and more. To volunteer, travel with African Focus, or to attend one of their community building events, please call 310-676-7730. That's 310-676-7300. Or visit AfricanFocus.org. This is a diaspora-wide community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Gotta stay fresh, my house shot with a rest bar, shot with a rest bar, shot with a rest bar.
Have you visited us online for the grand opening of KBLA.store? For the best in new merch, gift ideas, books, media, and more, log on to KBLA.store. Be sure to check out our KBLA team favorites at KBLA.store today. That's KBLA.store for all the official merch on your favorite talk radio station, KBLA Talk 1580.
The bounce is back.
Real talk, real time, the gospel truth. You're listening to the Danny Morrison Show on KBLA Talk 1580.
Yes, sir. In conversation with Sadia, also known as the Urban Spinster, inside my post one-on-one. So I ask everybody that comes up in here, you're a fan of the show. You know how we get down. What's your 25th letter? What is your why? I think we kind of broke it down in the last hour on why you started on you embarked on the journey that you're on to embrace your singleness. Is that a word? My singleness?
Yeah, single season.
Single
How about that?
season. So what is your why? But why are you trying to share what you've learned with other women?
Because we have been so conditioned to believe that if we are single, that our life is over. You need to just get somebody. And despite all the red flags that you might see in this person, or your instinct telling you like, maybe this isn't the right one, you stay anyway. Because we talked about that last week, right?
Yeah.
Why do women stay so long? And this is one of the reasons. We're taught to people please.
Yeah, the unfortunate stigma about a woman 35 plus. If you say that you're single and you're going to stay single and be happy, they either say that you're crazy or you're a member of the LGBTQ. Mm-hmm. That's what they do.
Yeah.
Oh, something wrong with her. There got to be something wrong with her.
And it's not really staying single. I think that's the misconception, is that when you say, okay, I'm happy where I am, that doesn't mean I want to be single forever.
Okay, so I'm misconstruing your entire message.
Exactly.
Because you said that you're a single, what is it? What's your title? Single
life expert.
Okay, you're
because I've been single longer than I've been in any relationship. I've never been married.
Then you can never get in a relationship because it will kill your entire title.
No, it won't. I've been single my whole life.
You've never been in a relationship before?
Yeah, relationship. Single is not married.
Don't let women hear that one, boy.
Single is not married.
So you're saying if a man isn't married, he's single. Is that what you said?
He's single. He's in a relationship. He might be in a monogamous relationship.
Write that one down. If we ain't married, I'm single.
You're single. You are single.
You're saying
I'm
legally.
not saying you could just go legally. You are single.
We know that,
yeah.
But I mean, I'm saying in a relationship sense, you can't go out and play single just because you're legally
if
single.
You and that individual decide you're going to be monogamous, then respect your relationship.
There are certain people that agree with you, by the way. I've heard people say, until he puts a ring on it, he can't tell me nothing. You buy that.
You're single. I'm going to respect you because we have decided that we're together. So I'm not going to entertain other men. I would hope that you don't entertain other women if that's what the conclusion we've come to as a couple,
right.
As, a dating couple.
Right.
But we are not married. You have nothing to do with my finances. I don't have to run anything by you.
Whew.
If I want to stay out to 2 a.m, I may give you a heads up like, hey, I'm going to be out just for safety's sake.
That's not a relationship.
But what is it?
I don't know.
If you're only dating that person, and you're spending most of your free time or your social time with that individual. That's your go-to. If I say, hey, I want to go see Maxwell, and Danny, we're together. Okay, babe, what we doing? Maxwell's in town.
Yeah.
You know, you are the first person that I'm going to contact when I want to spend my quality time or my social time with.
Yeah, but you said when you go out with your girlfriends or do whatever, you ain't got to run nothing past me.
I don't have to.
Oh, you're saying you would choose to?
Yeah, I don't have to do anything.
Okay, this is really, really confusing. But
I'm not married. I don't have to.
I'm doing my best. You're saying until you have a ring on your finger.
I am single.
You're single. You can do anything in your social life that you want to do.
Yeah.
You ain't got to run nothing past me. You can hang out with whoever you want to in whatever facility you want to, and I can't say nothing. Does it go both ways?
Yeah, you have to have an understanding.
Ain't no way in hell women gonna put up.
You have to have an understanding between the two of you. Some people have an open relationship.
That's different.
But if you and that person have decided we are a couple, we are monogamous, we ain't doing no outside folks, then that's a respect thing that you have between the two of you. It's everyone's relationship is different. You have to define what you both want.
I agree with you there. We had a conversation on polygamy recently. And as a whole, it seems like it's popping up even more and more, especially in the black community. People are saying, I want 2 wives, I want 2 husbands. It'll help us with the bills. And I go,
there's a show right now.
I would never do that.
Yeah, that's too many. I can't manage that many personalities.
Unless it's Janet Jackson and Hallie. We might work something out. Other than that, I couldn't do that.
Yeah,
but
that's too much.
What I say is they have made a conscious decision as adults and said, this is us. We don't care what you think. We don't care what you think. It's us. This is our family. I respect it. I wouldn't do it.
Right.
But I respect it. So that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right. Top 5 dead or alive. Your category. And since you're an expert on the top, give me your top 5 first date ideas for a man who's looking to date a woman. I sent her this earlier and she was like, excuse me, I am a single expert. I'm not a dating expert.
I'm just saying.
Danny.
Just being transparent. Don't mislead the people.
But you act like you ain't been on no dates before.
Oh, yeah. I've been on plenty of dates. But first date.
Yeah.
You know, first date, I think we need to keep it casual. I don't know this person.
Dutch?
No.
Oh, see that?
No.
You are contradicting yourself tonight.
How?
Because you said I'm single, I could do whatever with my finances. I could go wherever I want.
What does that have to do with you asking me? Are you asking me or am I asking you?
What does that matter?
Because I was taught if I ask you out, then I'm offering to pay.
So whoever asks who pays.
That's just how I do it.
I think men could get down with that rule.
Yeah.
But the problem is most men usually do the asking.
Yeah.
I bet it's 89% of the time.
That's true.
But if we're first date and you single, you pay for yourself.
We have that conversation. Everything is up for discussion.
Mm-hmm.
We can have that but don't get me to the restaurant.
And I break out a coupon.
So, you gonna pay for your dessert and
I'll be like, girl, I got an EBT card. That's all I got right now. All right, we got Pamela on the phone real fast. I need your top 5 dead or alive in a second. Pamela, give me your height, your color, and your hood, Pamela. Pamela? She hung up. Pamela running from your boy. Pamela, call me back. I'm told I need to talk to you. I would love to. Top 5 dead or alive. Give them to me.
Okay.
5 best dating spots. If I'm trying to take you out, where we going? What would you recommend?
Recommend first date, and I was talking to my girl over here about that. Let's go somewhere that's walkable, like the promenade, a pier.
Santa Monica's fire.
Exactly. So we can get a little something to eat or drink if it's going well. Now, this is first date.
Benihana. Let's go. That's my
first
spot.
date?
That's my spot.
Oh, dang, you balling? You doing that?
No,
first date?
You paying. I'm just saying that's what
I did not invite you to Benihana.
I'm like,
okay.
I need some extra scrimps tonight. Y'all tripping. No, but go ahead.
But somewhere walkable. So if you do go to a little cafe, get something to eat, drink, you can, walk and talk if it's going well. If you're like, okay, I'm done. You can kind of part ways. Now, take your own car. Okay. I would say that. Just meet up.
I think safety's sake, you got to do that.
Yeah, you got to meet up.
Yeah.
And in the daytime, preferably. First date. You talking about first date now.
That's a lunch. That ain't no date. But okay. Give me another one.
I like LACMA for like the summertime. They have concerts right on their grassy area, LA County Museum.
I was going to say, I'm not from here. What the heck is a LACMA?
LA County Museum of the
I
Arts.
thought it was a religion of some sort. I'm
no,
like, we
it's an
going to church?
acronym. It's a museum in LA. But they have a grassy area, and in the summertime, they have concerts.
That is fire, really?
Yeah.
Okay, LACMA, LACMA?
Yes.
That is right up my alley.
Yeah.
You been there too? What about you, Queen? You been there? All of y'all been there? Nobody that listens to my show has told me about LACMA, even though it sounds like a disease. Doctor, I came down here because I think I'm developing some LACMA. Give me... Okay, so walking on the promenade. Going to LACMA.
Or outside concert.
Give me one. Give me one more.
You're a fitness buff.
Thank you.
So if you meet a young lady who says they're into fitness, you can go to a hike. You have a nice little scenic hike.
See, that's my bag right there.
Go to the top.
Yeah. Hollywood sign, you ever done it?
I have never walked up to the Hollywood sign.
What?
No, I had no desire.
It's J-Dub. Get J-Dub up in here. J-Dub, give me your height, your color, and your hood, King.
Hey, my brother. I'm Carmel Brown, and I'm 5'11", and I'm from South Central, bro.
South Central, checking in. Drop that. Let's go. Come on. Yeah. What's on your mind tonight?
All right, my brother. I hope I can talk about the past subject. If I can't, I'll stay with the recent subject.
Yeah, you got to keep it short, J-Dub. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, well, which one can I refer to?
I can barely understand.
Okay.
Say that one more time.
Okay, I said I was hoping I can talk about the past subject before the young lady came on, but if I can't, I can just associate with the recent subject she's referring to.
Okay.
But I tell you what, I just going to talk and keep it short, my brother. First of all, I agree with everything the sister's doing because what she did, she learned from prior experience, but she has history, and that's what makes her a single professional because she has experiences that she learned that were failures, and therefore she recognizes red flags, and she learned from her history or prior experiences. So pain can teach you a lot, or past history can teach you a lot when you go through experiences that are not or good or perfect or whatever term you want to use. But anyway, the point is, man, just to be with somebody that's, I would say, thought-provoking. I need to comment before I say something else.
Okay.
You respond to that comment.
All right.
You want to respond first?
I will respond. I will respond on the other side. We're up against it. I just appreciate you calling. Give us a call later in the show if you want to. I'm sorry you were on hold for so long. I appreciate you, Ken.
Okay, well, how much you be on the other side then? I appreciate that.
Call me later on in the show. I appreciate you. 1-800-920-1580. 1-800-920-1580. When we come forward, we got Sadia in here just contradicting herself all over the place.
Stop it. Lies.
Danny Morrison Show, KBLA Talk 1580. We got a lot to talk about. News and traffic. Stay there.
Nighttime is the right time for Danny Morrison on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Julius White. Here's the latest from the Black Information Network. The IRS commissioner is testifying before Congress. House Ways and Means Committee Chair Jason Smith said the Biden administration's Inflation Reduction Act has given the agency too much power. The legislation includes $80 billion in funding over the next decade to hire more employees and go after tax cheats. West Virginia's governor is gearing up to challenge Senator Joe Manchin for his seat in 2024. Republican Jim Justice filed Thursday to run for U.S. Senate. Democrat Manchin has not said yet whether he plans to run for re-election. And Paisley Park is announcing its musical lineup for Celebration 2023. Some of the performers are Shaka Khan, Chuck D, and Stokely. Other artists include Sounds of Blackness and members of the New Power Generation. The celebration is scheduled to take place June 8th through the 11th in Chanhassen. I'm Julius White on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network, and VINnews.com.
It's about time small businesses like yours got the help you deserve. GetRefunds.com can find out if your business qualifies for ERC assistance in less than 8 minutes and may be eligible for up to $26,000 per employee. Go to GetRefunds.com to get started. That's GetRefunds.com.
I'm young, gifted, and black. At KBLA
KBLA Talk 1580, we do more than just talk.
Hey there, I'm Jared Hill, president of the National Association of Black Journalists of Los Angeles, and I just want to say thank you for the benevolent $10,000 donation and scholarships for the next generation of black journalists.
And I'm Haywood Galbraith, photojournalist and founder of the Minority Photojournalism Institute. Thanks, KBLA, for your generous $10,000 scholarship gift to help us train the next generation of black photojournalists.
Congratulations to all the students who will benefit from the scholarship dollars raised at our Black History Month luncheon honoring black legends in LA media. When we come forward at KBLA Talk 1580, we're bringing everybody with us. Everybody with us. Everybody with us.
The Los Angeles Urban League and Parkside Economic Development Corporation are working to close the wealth gap between black and white households. B-Warp, the Black Wealth Attainment and Retention Program's free virtual workshops will help your family acquire, gain, maintain, and pass down legacy wealth. Learn from the experts about making more with what you have, the Black History of Money, joining the Smart Investors Club, preserving your assets in tough times, crypto, cash in or cash out, the wealthy mind and body. Register for this free series that could change your financial future at laul.org/BWAARP. Don't miss B-Warp, the Black Wealth Attainment and Retention Program, every 2nd and 4th Thursday in February, March, and April at 6 p.m. Pacific Time. Register now at laul.org/BWAARP.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Tired of being locked out of job opportunities and shut down by systemic racism? KBLA stands with you in fighting for the rights of black workers, and we don't black down. The Los Angeles Black Workers Center is a dynamic alliance of workers, organized labor, community-based organizations, clergy, students, and scholars, working collectively to improve the position of the black working class. The LA Black Workers Center takes a comprehensive approach to addressing the black jobs crisis. Their programs promote access to quality jobs, racial equity in hiring and retention, discrimination-free job sites, and they prepare black workers for employment in high-wage, career-track jobs. The Black Workers Center supports workers who need help protecting their rights on the job. They give workers access to quality jobs and remove systemic barriers to employment. To sign up for free career readiness training, get involved in organizing around anti-discrimination, learn about union apprenticeship programs, or sign on to a trade registry, please visit www.lablackworkerscenter.org. That's lablackworkerscenter.org. Together, we can beat the black jobs crisis. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Mornings were made for better things than rheumatoid arthritis or RA. Xeljanz tofacitinib is a pill for adults with moderate to severe RA when tumor necrosis factor blockers did not work well or could not be tolerated. Xeljanz can help relieve joint pain, swelling, and help stop further joint damage. Xeljanz can lower your ability to fight infections. Don't start if you have one. Before and during treatment, your doctor should check for infections like TB and do blood tests. Serious, sometimes fatal infections, cancers including lymphoma and lung, blood clots, serious heart-related events, tears in the stomach or intestines, and allergic reactions have happened. People 50 and older with heart disease risk factors have an increased risk of death. Tell your doctor if you've had hepatitis B or C, have flu-like symptoms, are prone to infections, or have ever had a heart attack, stroke, clot, or other heart problems, or swelling of lips, tongue, throat, or hives. Ask your doctor about prescription Xeljanz. Visit Xeljanz.com or call 1-844-XELJANZ.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the Danny Morrison Show exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
What's your only girl? Girl I think about. You're the only girl for me. Girl I think about. You're special. No, I love you. No, I love you.
Say you love me.
Yeah.
I think that is true. But every night my girlfriend tells me I should want you.
What you know about this?
I trust you, but I want you to know.
Want you to know.
I'm not a sucker. She knows it's Squad Pinocchio. So now I wanna leave me, and you know I try.
All right, baby, no more lies. Morrison Show, KBLA Talk 1580. That is the Dr. Dre produced No More Lies from Michelle, who probably had the worst, the absolute worst biopic on, you ever seen that Lifetime? It was terrible. It was, TLC's is right there as bad. And you know who else was bad? Was,
Aaliyah.
Aaliyah! Terrible!
Trash, basura.
Oh my God.
Terrible because of what she went through, like her story, or just
The
how it was
production.
produced?
The production, it was just like a high school play. It was crazy. And right now, I turned on Netflix yesterday, and that Whitney Houston, I Want to Dance with Somebody, was #1 on Netflix. And I'm like, do I watch that thing? That woman looks nothing like Whitney Houston. And she's British, playing Whitney Houston. I'm like, do I watch this thing? So, yeah, I'm going to watch it tomorrow.
Let that woman rest in peace.
I know. How many stories have we seen on Whitney? Too many. Let me read some comments real fast. We're in here, by the way, with the Urban Spinster. Ray Alexander said, I'm in a relationship. However, when my friends say that they want to be in a relationship, I ask them, are they taking action to make that happen? I was proactive. That's a good question for you, by the way. Like, you say that you're single and you're comfortable being single. You've been single for a while. Mm-hmm. Do you think that you're taking the necessary steps? Because I hear people that have been single for a long time, they go, but Danny, I don't go nowhere. I go, well, you're going to do something about that.
Well, I do go out. However, I'm not on the apps.
You don't?
I tried that. I didn't like it.
I think that's the best way to meet somebody.
I didn't like it. I kept going on, getting off, going. I would meet the craziest people.
Look, most of them lying, but there's some good ones on there.
Like, your picture is from what decade, sir?
Don't worry about the JB Curl. Don't worry about that.
No, I mean, like, when they looked good and they were in shape.
Yeah.
And then you meet them and that's like 50 pounds ago.
And they're in the shape of a circle.
Or they're sending you, eggplant pics.
I'm sure you get a few. I think every woman on Instagram gets sent those all the time.
No, on Instagram I don't. But the apps, it was like, oh, my God.
Sending them to you all the time. Damien said, at Mimi, same here. I miss being in a committed relationship, but I don't miss it that much. Just that any woman will do. I love hard, so I'm prayerfully striving to meet a woman who loves just as hard. For the record, I know there's a lot of men that say, she crazy, or she psycho, or whatever. I'm here to tell you, most brothers love that. They love a woman that's, no, don't you leave me at it by myself.
Because y'all think they're good in bed.
Because they are.
All of them? That are nuts?
Usually.
Now, when you say psycho, like, what's the behavior?
Oh.
Calling too much.
Okay.
Showing up at your job.
Okay. A woman is down for you like that?
That's down for you? Oh,
I think that's down for you.
That's stalkerish.
See, look, you don't even care, though. You're like, don't do what, my money. We're going to take separate cars. I'm going to stay out as late as I want.
See, you doing too much. You being messy.
I'm just going by what you said. That's what you said.
I said first. We talk about first dates. I don't know you.
Okay, fair enough. Let me see. One more. Ray said, Mimi, do activities that you really like. Lots of times you'll meet someone on the slide when you do things that you like. It might be at a community meeting, a book club, discussion, etc. I think that's true.
Well, as you know, I just came back from Thailand.
How was that, by the way?
I had a good time. However, now I will say, because some women will try to save vacations. Well, when I get my man, I'm going to take my vacation. And they will not go to certain places because they're waiting for their dude to, go with them. Or they're scared to travel alone. Now, I went with a travel group. Shout out to eBiz Travel. I went out with them.
Black people.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
This woman puts together all types of out of the country trips. Bali, Africa, Thailand. Where are they going next?
I want to talk to her. You got to give me her number.
Yeah,
I want to talk
you
to
her number.
She'd be great.
Egypt is where they're going next.
Nice.
So she puts the group together. It's a payment plan situation.
Even
I
better.
did not have a roommate because I didn't want no roommates. I didn't want to have to be bothered with, girl, you got your money and
Shocker.
blah, 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 blah.
You don't want to be with nobody. I'm surprised.
No. I mean, because I've done that before where it's always somebody that's flaking.
I ain't got no money. Can I borrow $20?
Or doesn't make their payments on time or what have you. So I was like, nah. But she will connect you with another person that may need a roommate. And you can connect prior to you leaving to see if you vibe and do you snore? Do you need to sleep with TV on? Whatever. And you can make the decision where you want to room with that person, because these people are coming from all parts of the U.S.
Yeah.
Some people came from New York, L.A.,
Yeah.
the Bay, whatever. So, yeah, I really had a good time and enjoyed myself. However, there were no single men.
Was the entire group black?
Yes.
But the men that were there were spoken
There was
for.
one man, and it was a married couple.
The black women don't want to hear this, but if a bunch of men go to Thailand by themselves, there's something else going on. That's all. You ain't heard it from me. All I'm saying, if a bunch of men go to Thailand, it ain't no missionary trip. Is all. There might be some missionary happening. What's up?
What I'm receiving from Miss Urban Spinster is that you're kind of like in this journey of loving yourself. And I think that's key. I think you alluded to it, Danny, in your opening monologue, that, being single is not necessarily being desperate or I'm seeking. I'm really trying to love myself through this process.
But how long is too long?
That's up to the individual.
And if you're actively looking for a person.
See, I don't think that you like being single.
Why?
Just listening to you right now. I think that you have taken it in and said, I think I can help some people that are probably going through the same thing that I'm going through. But I think if the right man stepped up, you jump in.
Oh, yeah. If the right man came along, I would definitely be open. But I'm not actively like, okay, I got to go get on these apps. Okay, I got to go to the sports bar. That's where the men at. I'm not doing that.
Would you date a white man? You wouldn't go interracial.
We talked about this
We
before.
have, but we haven't talked about it on the mic.
We have, actually. That was my first call. We talked about that. However, I grew up very pro-black, and parents from the South, and we don't trust the white people. And, my dad even told me one time, if you date a white man, he would be highly, I think he's changed now because I've gotten older and I've been single so long. He's like, girl, just whatever you want to do. But when I was, like, I'd say college age, my cousin was, I think, dating a white guy, just dating him. And he was like, the worst thing would be if you dated a white man. And I said, okay.
He said that, quote unquote.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Well, like I said, I think he's changed his tune as age has come into play.
Does your family ever look at you and go, you ain't going to bring us no grandbabies?
No, they're over it. They're over it now.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're probably past that stage in your life.
I could be childbearing. I don't want to.
Janet Jackson had a baby mad late.
Everybody say Janet Jackson got a hell of a lot of money.
Yes, she does.
I don't want to be I wouldn't choose to be a single mom. I wouldn't choose that.
Would you adopt?
No. That's single.
If you're in a relationship, would you adopt?
No. Mm-mm.
Why not?
I don't want a baby.
You ain't got to adopt a baby. It could be like a 10-year-old boy if you want to. Oh, man.
I think I would be like, I told you I'm type A. I would be that parent that's like, okay, what's going on with my kid? I'm at the PTA meeting. Okay, what we doing? I think, be that helicopter mom. I think I would be very controlling. So I don't want to project that onto my child.
That's so funny because when it comes to a man, you're far from that. You're very hands off.
Yeah, with my child, I would be very protective, especially the world we're living in right now.
We need more of that.
Yeah, and I experienced a lot of subliminal racism in high school where the counselor would not approve certain classes or say I wasn't college material, but here I am with a master's degree in business. My grandparents are college educated, but no, she doesn't need that. My mom had to really advocate for me, and she was a teacher at the time. So I come from that, so I know I'd be like,
all of us parents should be like that, though. I don't know.
It's stressful.
1-800-920-1580. 1-800-920-1580. When we come forward, I brought some clips that I got to share with you.
Uh-oh.
And we will see what you say about it, okay? We're in here with Urban Spencer. What do I call you? Want me to call you Urban Spencer?
No.
I love that better.
My name is Sadia.
But I like Urban Spencer.
That's just the brand name.
Sadia, the Urban Spinster.
You gonna do whatever you want anyway.
You got that right. It's the Danny Mo Show. Stay there.
From Bakersfield to Los Angeles. From middays to nighttime. Like George and Weezy, Danny Morrison is moving on up at KBLA Talk 1580.
Governor Newsom and
advocates at impasse over funding for black students. Maisha Cairo here with your K-Black Minute News, brought to you by Lendistry. Story courtesy of CaliforniaBlackMedia.org. Mid-April, the Black in School Coalition met, and there were over 2,500 K-12 students, parents, and education advocates, plus civil rights leaders, marched to the California State Capitol to demand increased funding for black students in the state's public schools. They were all calling on the governor and California legislature to not move forward with the equity multiplier in Newsom's education budget, which was made to substitute AB 2774, which would have granted funding for the state's lowest performing group, black students. But advocates say Newsom's proposal falls short of that goal. All in all, the Black in School Coalition is calling for more support for black students in California schools.
Congratulations to Grace Memorial Chapel and Funeral Home for being this week's winner of KBLA's Office of the Week. Your office won lunch for 10, delivered by the original Taco Pete. Congratulations to Grace Memorial Chapel and Funeral Home.
Are you between 18 and 26 years old and trying to find out how you're supposed to make all this work? If you've said, I need a job and some transportation, rent, it's so high. Food too. There's childcare and I need to go back to school. I need to transform my life. Well, help is on the way. Transform Your Life Day is coming Saturday, April 29th at San Manuel Stadium. It's a shopping mall of free community services where you can talk with programs and even enroll right on the spot. It's free help for young adults to get you started on meaningful careers, finish up your diploma or your college degree. There's help with finding housing, transportation, food, and childcare. Plus, you get a free ticket to the 66ers game, free parking along with prizes. Get there early for free food. Reserve your free space today at ccc.ca.gov. That's ccc.ca.gov. ccc.ca.gov.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Real talk, real time, the gospel truth. You're listening to the Danny Morrison Show on KBLA Talk 1580.
In conversation inside my Post 101 with Sadia, the urban spinster. By the way, I just got a DM that said, if a woman compliments you, do you think she's flirting with you? I don't compliment men for that reason unless they're my guy friends.
See?
Looks like she agrees with you. Now, I have brought a few clips that have been bubbling within the black zeitgeist, as I like to say, on relationships that over the past few weeks regarding our primary topic of conversation tonight. I'll play a clip in reference to each of the topics I've chosen. I will share my thoughts immediately thereafter, and we will exchange dialogue accordingly. You know how the show goes, right? You ready, Andy? Our first clip officially launches the dialogue with our Pulse One-on-One topic of conversation, which is, do single people lose the desire to date as we age? And once I knew what area you wanted to delve into, I found this clip which may add further substance to the discussion. This is Tracy Ellis Ross, your muse, talking to Oprah about living the single life of her own and on her own terms too. Listen.
I, like many of us, was taught to grow up dreaming of my wedding, not of my life. And I spent many years dreaming of my wedding.
Preach to the choir.
And also waiting to be chosen. Well, here's the thing. I'm the chooser. And I can choose to get married if I want to, but in the meantime, I am choicefully single, happily, gloriously single.
Amen.
And I do wish there were more examples. And one of the reasons I'm okay talking about it, and by the way, My Life Is Mine, that speech really was geared towards that. I was like, you know, I at the time was 45 years old and single, and I had just pushed out my 5th kid on television.
The irony of that.
In that context, so many people ask the question, have you ever thought about having children? Like, I mean, my child gave my life meaning. I'm like, are you saying my life is not meaningful?
This is so
And
you.
because of the structure that we live in, it is so easy for me to feel undermined with all the accomplishment that I've had. And my accomplishments, I don't mean the Whopper stuff. I mean, like, I take the garbage out before it stinks. Like, I eat food that's good for me. I get my sleep. I show up for my friends. And that makes a life very meaningful. And somehow the rug gets pulled out so quickly when people put me in the you should be married. Why aren't you married yet? Like, what's wrong with you?
This is so you.
Yes, it
You
is.
could have said that. Tracy's right. People do think something's wrong with you when you're older and single. Why do they do that anyway? And do single people lose the desire to date as we age? The floor is yours.
I polled some of my line sisters. Shout out to my line sisters. It's my Deltaversary today.
Go on in.
We don't necessarily lose the desire to date. We lose patience with the process. We lose patience for the BS, the dance, the games. That's what it's kind of like, okay, I really don't want to do this, which is why I got off the apps.
Okay, give me an example of the dance and the games, because I'm assuming you still want to be courted in a traditional sense, right? That's kind of part of the dance.
Well, the dance nowadays, meaning, you meet a man who is not truly single. He is separated.
Now that we're separated. You got to play that, man.
They're separated, meaning they're still legally bound. They're still probably emotionally bound in some way, but they want to move on. So they're trying to get out there and see what's in the streets, but they're really not ready to be in another relationship. And they really haven't taken the time to heal from that relationship or that marriage.
Right.
They're just jumping from one bed to the next bed.
Here's what a lot of women don't understand, and you have to understand that if a man is a good man, an available man, a man that maybe takes care of himself, maybe make a little bit of money, maybe got a nice ride and everything, chances are very likely he's involved with some woman somewhere or women somewhere. So whenever you're getting to know him, you can't expect a man to be just totally free and clear, because if he is a catch, as you say, there's some women in his circle. So you can't be upset that he's talking to other women when you meet him.
Talking to and married?
Okay, that's different.
It's two different things.
We married, but we not together.
We sleep in this room.
I sleep in this room. She sleep in that room. We barely talk to each other. Stop it right now. That's all nonsense. I'm talking about a man that's literally single.
Yeah. Now, if he's single and he's dating other people, I have no problem with that.
He might be dating multiple women at one time.
Does she know? Do they know you're dating?
My uncle told me a long time ago, a pimp is not a man that's talking to a lot of women and having sex with a lot of women. A pimp is a man that is talking to a lot of women, having sex with a lot of women, and they all know each other. That's a pimp, he says.
Yeah.
And he scarred me for life. I don't know about that. But you have to expect that, though.
But if they're dating, like if you're dating, and you say to these women, I'm dating, I'm not in a relationship, and she's okay with that, then you have that mutual understanding. But don't hide the fact that you're seeing other women.
If a man tells you that, he's lying to you. If he says, I'm not talking to nobody, if he's a catch.
Okay.
If he's,
That's game.
If he's 450 pounds and wearing a hula hoop as a belt, he probably single. But I'm saying if a man is a catch and you think he's attractive and he's successful and he does everything, maybe he's a man of God taking care of business, chances are very likely there's some women in his circumference.
And if he says he has no one, he's a liar, and move on.
I think
because he's lied.
I think the question you ask him is there a woman anywhere on earth that would say you belong to her?
That's good.
He's gonna lie. He gonna lie to you. But
so how do you get past that?
Because when you oh man, we could do this all night. Women make this mistake all the time, and it bothers me. And it's like it's really not that complicated. When you getting to know a man, you gotta go to his house.
Okay.
You have to. You say, well, he gonna meet me at the restaurant, or we gonna meet at the movies. No, you gotta go to his house. It might be dangerous, but if you truly want to know what's going on, you have to go to his house. If he never takes you to his house, or never takes you out in public, there's a reason. I know women that have been dating married men and they had no idea, and didn't know until they got pregnant. I'm telling you, or FaceTime that cat, at minimum.
Random. FaceTime.
Say FaceTime, yeah. And see if he answers. Maybe he never answers because he don't want you to see. oh, I'm over at my mama's house right now, and she don't like when people FaceTime. He'll come up with some excuse. You have to get in his surroundings to see if he is the real deal. He could be living with a woman right now and tell you that he's single because technically,
right,
even by your definition,
they're
by the
not
way,
married.
He's single. So what is single? If a man tells you he's single, what does that even mean?
I would be asking several questions.
Give me
One, are you married? And I mean married on paper.
Okay. So
Regardless
he
of where
says,
you living.
He says, no, I've never been married.
Never been married.
Then what do you say?
Do you live with a woman?
Okay. And he says, no. It's a lie, but okay. Sorry, fellas. Fellas going to be mad at me after this show. I got to be honest about
So when he says no, that's when, okay, is it first date, second date? I need to roll up to the house.
Okay, here's the problem.
If he tells me where he lives.
Define living with a woman.
Are you sleeping together?
What if there's a woman that comes over, she left her toothbrush there, she got her
Why
shampoo
she leaving her
in
toothbrush
but she don't live there.
Listen, if a woman is leaving her personal belongings, she's marking her territory.
But she doesn't live there, though.
But you sleeping with her.
Okay. If he's a catch, he probably has a sex life.
Okay, you can have a sex life, but if that lady is, because I've seen it happen.
Yeah.
It's happened to my homeboy, and I was like, use a fool. But anyway, she left like her sanitary stuff in the cabinet.
Right.
Every time she came over, she'd leave a little something because she wanted to be monogamous with him, and he was not really going there with her.
Y'all so dirty, I swear.
So
That's
that
how
was
y'all
her
do.
way of letting another chick know that she had been there. So, starting drama or trying to.
But I'm here to tell you that fellas that got game like that, they don't care. You leave whatever you want to. Because the women that are coming over here and hanging out with me, they ain't going to say nothing. Because you a catch. They're going to go, I know you see other women, I know. I know you had another girl over here, I know.
Again, what's the age group?
Probably 25.
Thank you. Next.
Not saying I'm talking to anybody that's 25 years old. Andy, shut up. But 27. Now I'm playing. Kidding, shush. When we 1-800-920-1580, 1-800-920-1580. When we come forward, story number 2, another clip that I gotta have you hear, and it is once again right up your alley. 1-800-920-1580. By the way, I'm getting a text. They want to know how do they get on your website? What is the web address?
Well, I wanted to give a free gift to all the listeners and the YouTube viewers, so you can go to thesinglewomansagenda.com. That is thesinglewomansagenda.com, and all my socials are at Urban Spinster XO.
You can never get in a relationship. You done branded all your stuff the single.
And people sell brands and pivot all the time. I am not beholden to anything.
You're going to have to change your web address. That's all I'm saying.
Them fools ain't looking at that no way.
Danny Morrison Show, KBLA Talk 1580. We got a lot to talk about right now. News and traffic. Stay there.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Julius White. Here's the latest from the Black Information Network. The IRS commissioner is testifying before Congress. House Ways and Means Committee Chair Jason Smith said the Biden administration's Inflation Reduction Act has given the agency too much power. The legislation includes $80 billion in funding over the next decade to hire more employees and go after tax cheats. West Virginia's governor is gearing up to challenge Senator Joe Manchin for his seat in 2024. Republican Jim Justice filed Thursday to run for U.S. Senate. Democrat Manchin has not said yet whether he plans to run for re-election. And Paisley Park is announcing its musical lineup for Celebration 2023. Some of the performers are Shaka Khan, Chuck D, and Stokely. Other artists include Sounds of Blackness and members of the New Power Generation.